today. Oh boy, we got some snow. We got some serious snow, so I'm doing a live stream right now. As I wait for the snow plows and the beet juice trucks to make these roads passable so I can go, make something out of my day. Anyways, I got a good article that I found off Quartz, which is qz.com. And the title of the article is Chick-fil-A's lemon squeezing robots are cutting 10,000 hours of labor. And I find this really fascinating. There we go. Sorry, I was on airplane mode for a second. Kind of weird. So Chick-fil-A's lemon squeezing robots are cutting 10,000 hours of labor. The company said it's also been able to tap into new revenue streams with the excess juice. So let's get into this. Chick-fil-A is using robots to handle the bulk of its lemon juice production at its Bay Center Foods facility, a move it says will boost efficiency and reduce waste. Of course it will. The California-based plant processes up to 35 truckloads of lemons a day, that's quite a lot, and relies on driverless forklifts and robotic arms to unload, sort, squeeze, and package the fruit. Bloomberg first reported that the result has led to fewer finger accidents and nearly 100% use of the lemons compared to roughly 40% when workers manually squeeze the fruit. It's also saved about 10,000 work hours per day. So again, you've got like this robotic, machine learning, automation, driverless forklifts. I mean, they're gonna, they already have driverless man lifters also. I mean, there's no need for the man anymore. It's just, driverless robot lifters or whatever. So, and as you can see, they say that when workers at Chick-fil-A, this Chick-fil-A factory, are squeezing the lemons, they're only squeezing 40% out. Because, I mean, hey, the human hand, when you're lazy, when you don't like your job, when you feel like you're not getting paid enough, you're not going to really care how much juice you get out of those lemons. And so now Chick-fil-A is saying they're getting 100% of the juice out of those lemons for peak efficiency. And now, they've got enough lemon juice for, whatever sauces they're making or whatnot. And then they have enough where they can sell the rest, or they can bottle it, with whatever Chick-fil-A sauces they sell in the grocery stores. Mike Hazelton, Chick-fil-A's Vice President of Supply Chain Procurement and Operations. That's a goddamn mouthful. Whatever. He told Bloomberg that the numbers don't lie. Once you begin doing the math, the outcome ultimately means there's not going to be enough team members. Well, I don't know what he means by that. The facility, which opened 5 years ago during the pandemic, currently employs 120 people that are responsible for tasks like upkeep and ensuring the juice meets quality standards. Robotic arms manage everything from sorting lemons to pasteurizing the juice with high-pressure technology. The juice, which has a shelf life of over 40 days, is then packaged into sealed bags, allowing it to be shipped nationwide. So what you're seeing is that the juicing, obviously, that's the machines, the robot arms are doing that. But what you have need for with the humans is quality control, and that's really what that is. So in this kind of fourth turning world we're in, there's still room for human beings for quality control, for overseeing the machines. And that's what happens during the transition process, is we're going to see so much machine learning and robotic arms and, robots taking over tellers and fast food employees and even postal workers. But there still is going to be human oversight, and, as they say, there's always going to have to be people to tweak the machines. However, in the future, that's not going to be the case. There's going to be robots overseeing. There's going to be robots fixing other robots, right? It's like that saying, who's watching the Watchmen? Who's watching the Watchmen watching the Watchmen? Who's watching the Watchmen watching the Watchmen? Well, the same thing applies here. Who's fixing the robots? Which robot is fixing the robots? Which robot is fixing the robots fixing the robots? Which robot is fixing the robots fixing the robots fixing the robots? That's a great vocal exercise if you're getting into public speaking, my God. But that's what it is right now. Eventually, with, Moore's Law, with the logarithmic expansion of technology over time, we're going to see the efficacy of robots is just going to be amazing to the point where we won't even need human overseers. But that's where we are in this transition process. We still need the human beings overseeing. But, that's just the way it is. These are the Jetsons' dreams, from the 50s and the 60s. Oh, we're going to have ultimate free time. And that's true for a segment of society. It's the pipe dream that's being sold to everybody. But as we know, there's going to be ultimate freedom for the upper crust of society and those who have the intelligence to be able to work with it But for the vast majority of people, they're going to be offered a new reality, which is, augmented reality, where they can step into basically a live action panoply of video games, and they don't even have to live in the real world anymore. Their vitals will be monitored by robots. They'll have, intravenous liquids, or they'll be fed by robots while their body is sitting in the real world, connected, and while their mind is in augmented reality. So it's going to be a wacky world. I would say the Pareto principle holds true. About 80% of the population will desire to abdicate reality because it's going to be too hard, too dark, too troublesome, too many problems, too much mental computing power needed. They want to sidestep that. So about 80% of the human population at least is going to want to inhabit this new second life of augmented reality. Well, 20% of human beings who actually like life, who actually like reality, are going to be out here just living it up. I mean, hey, today, like I said, we got about a foot of snow. Or not a foot, about half a foot of snow so far. We're getting more snow right now. And I got stuck in one of the parking lots I went to this morning. But, I was prepared. I had, some kitty litter and some gravel in the back of my truck and a shovel. And I was having a grand old time shuffling myself out. I said, well, this happens but once or twice a year. I mean, might as well enjoy it, And so that's the people who like life. They don't let those things get them down. I'm just like, yeah, I'm out here. I'm getting snowed on. It's, it's an experience. It's kind of fun. It doesn't happen all that much. Why trip about it? But most people are not going to want that. They're going to want to be in this augmented reality where it's just totally safe and secure, and you don't have to worry about any of the problems of the real world. For instance, just look outside when it rains. Rain is a natural fact of human life. Look at how, animals don't trip about it, but look at human beings. They freak out when it rains. Oh my God, I might get wet. Oh my God. Well, ma'am, sir, you get wet in the shower every morning in the bathtub. Yes, that's a controlled getting wet, but you're getting wet nonetheless. If it rains, is the problem that you're getting wet? No, it's the fact that Mother Nature is deciding the frequency and the magnitude of how wet you're getting. This is how people are. Anyways. The automation is part of Chick-fil-A's larger strategy to reduce labor costs and improve efficiency. The facility has also allowed the company to tap into other revenue streams, such as selling lemon oil to the beauty and fragrance industries. Additionally, Chick-fil-A has hinted at automating other areas of its supply chain, including pre-chopped salads and pre-made egg mixes for frying chicken. Earlier this week, Chick-fil-A announced a slight change to its waffle fry recipe, leaving customers furious. A Chick-fil-A spokesman told Quartz in an email that since the facility's opening, there's been no reduction in labor, as employees are free to prepare orders and serve customers. However, the rise of automation could signal fewer entry-level opportunities in the fast food sector by removing cumbersome tasks from restaurant locations. Chick-fil-A is hoping to speed up service and address the high turnover that plagues casual dining chains. As automation becomes more prevalent in the industry, it may reduce the number of traditional fast food jobs that rely on human labor. But Chick-fil-A isn't alone in adopting this technology. Taco Bell, part of the Yum Foods group, is experimenting with AI to take orders and improve drive-thru efficiency. The Tex-Mex chain, that's pretty funny calling it that, I'd rather call it the pre-diarrhea chain, is a 2024 casual dining winner, promised that it would not lead to a reduction in employees. Wendy's is also using AI to help it keep up with frosty demand, with the goal to reduce wait times. Meanwhile, Burger King is still holding off on automating completely as employees still cut onions by hand. So, it's like I've never been to a proctologist before, but I would imagine, before they slide the finger up your rear end, they probably try to prep you a little bit. Well, that's what they're doing with this article. The robotic arm is going up your rear end eventually. It's just they're prepping you, they're priming you, they're lubing you up, getting you ready, so you don't freak out when it does happen, when you are made obsolete. It's the one thing they don't want to talk about in society, but we all know is true. Yeah, Elon will talk about UBI. And we know that's going to be a fact eventually. But nobody wants to talk about how everybody's going to be made obsolete. Everybody's going to be made an economic redundancy, an economic tautology eventually. We just don't know when. I would hazard to guess that by 2030, a lot of people are going to be obsolete. A lot. Because by then, we're going to have our new financial system. I don't think that we're still going to be using US dollars and euros and pesos and rubles and all that stuff and dinar or whatever. We're not going to be using that stuff in 2030. It's going to be, I really think this economic shakeup is going to happen during Trump's term, 2026, 2027, I'm thinking, if I had to take a guess. But Yeah, I mean, with that is going to come a lot of redundancy. And obviously, with that comes a total restructuring of society. I mean, what do you do when people are, sitting on their hands, twiddling their thumbs, whistling Dixie? They don't know what to do. And even, even careers that you think, like, police. Oh, we need human police officers. No, we won't. No, we won't. I mean, do you think they made RoboCop as a joke? RoboCop was not made as a joke. You know, Terminator was not made as a joke. These are obviously, predictive programming. In the future, I mean, we're going to have, robotic cops, and they may not look like human beings, just cyborgs. They may be more like drones. Um, because why does a cyborg cop have to mimic muscle mass when it doesn't need to use muscle? Why does it have to have a human form? Unless the goal is to intimidate, and maybe they would use that, but it could take any form. If it's using, projectiles or whatever for force or whatnot, I mean, why would it need to take a human form? So some of these things that still, need to be worked out, but there are, firms like Boston Scientific, Texas Instruments, which you may think just makes calculators, but you would be wrong about that. Texas Instruments is actually a key company in this new, AI paradigm and, cyborgian paradigm, whatever you want to call it. So a lot of these companies that you think, oh, they have, just really benign purposes, they did in the past, they don't anymore. Moreover, like Lockheed Martin and Raytheon, defense contractors used to make, missiles and ballistics for war. Well, as human beings become redundant, so does warfare. And you'll soon see that Raytheon and Lockheed Martin are going to get in the game of creating batches of the new cyborg police officers. Enjoy life while you got it, because, the way of life, our way of life, it won't be here for long. And as you guys know, with, Facebook and Twitter and Tinder and TikTok, things change very fast on the turn of a dime. And, with this fourth turning happening right now, you can expect nothing but breakneck change. Unpredictable breakneck change. Anyways, if you're interested, thesoftspokenshaman@gmail.com. If you'd like to know more about what the future is going to look like, how it's going to take shape, and predictions about when it's going to take shape, email me there. You can check out my flagship series, The Forbidden Laws of Success, Volume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can start with any volume. They're interchangeable, which is one of the beauties of the books. Also, some of you probably thought my post the other day was a joke, but no, it wasn't. I went to the river with a woman, and we recorded a little bit of a spicy tape. And, I figure I'd make a little bit of a contribution to people who, maybe their dopamine's fried out. Maybe they need something more to look at, something different to look at than what's online. So your boy's got you, for a fair fee, I'll hook you up. Just email me at thesoftspokenshaman@gmail.com. And you can watch your boy, you can watch about 4.5 minutes of your boy getting gobbled on the shores of the Buffalo National River in beautiful Arkansas. Anyways, I'm not joking. I'm for real. You guys have a great day.